Hey guys, this is Miss Palmer. I'm going to talk with you today about human dependence and effect on the environment. So if you'll look up here at the top, we need to be able to recognize human dependence on ocean systems and explain how human activities such as runoff, artificial reefs, or use of resources have modified these systems. So your goal today is you should be able to recognize human dependence on ocean systems, including natural resources and weather and heat flow. And you should be able to explain how human activity has modified these systems, both positive and negative effects that we've had on the ocean. So let's start with how we depend on the ocean. We depend on the oceans because they control a wide variety of Earth systems and they contain several resources. Oceans regulate heat flow around the planet, which in turn affects us because our weather patterns are regulated by the ocean. Oceans are a central part of the water cycle and the carbon cycle, and oceans provide humans with both living and non-living resources. So let's talk about the living resources that we use from the ocean. So in our ocean we have fish, shellfish, and plants, and we use all of these resources. We use fish, shrimp, crab, lobster, and other shellfish as sources of food. And we use ocean plants and algae in making many of their household products, including detergents for our clothes, shampoo, cosmetics, paint, and even an ice cream. So in that top picture, you can see a fishing boat being used to go out and get fish, shellfish, crab, different things for us to use as food sources. In that bottom picture, you can see some coral there. There's some plant life and algae, and we use that to make medicine and different household items. Some of the non-living resources from the ocean include water, minerals, and fuels. Fresh water can be extracted from ocean water using a process called desalination. So desalination is basically just removing the salt from the water, and that fresh water is then safe to drink, and it can also be used for agriculture in surrounding areas. When fresh water is removed from ocean water, the salts that are left behind are a valuable mineral resource. And some of the nodules can contain manganese or other metals, and those can be mined from the ocean floor. Deposits of oil and natural gas that we can use for fuel are also located beneath the surface of the ocean. Here's a picture showing an oil rig or an oil derrick out in the middle of the ocean, mining for the oil underneath the surface. And sometimes there will be artificial reefs connected to this bottom area. How have humans modified the ocean system? We as humans have modified the ocean system in many ways. We've created artificial reefs, runoff, and using resources. So humans have built artificial coral reefs from sunken ships or toppled oil rigs, and these artificial reefs provide a habitat for animals and create areas that are good for fishing. So that's one positive way that we've modified or impacted our ocean systems. On the negative side, we have pollutants in our runoff. Whenever that runoff reaches the ocean, it can actually kill fish, crabs, and other sea creatures. And that also affects us because we depend on some of those as food sources, so that's going to limit our food supply. And overfishing is basically fishing too much in one area or for one type of fish. So when we have overfishing, it can lead to a decrease in a fish population. And when we have a decrease in a fish population, that can also decrease our food supply. And then drilling for oil and natural gas can pollute parts of the oceans, and it can kill ocean life and affect local ecosystems. We know that we've had oil spills before. You've seen it on the news. They've had to do cleanup, and it's negatively impacted those ecosystems or that area around it. Right here is a picture of a sunken ship, and it's being used as an artificial reef. So it's giving basically a habitat area for both the fish and the plants and coral and stuff around it, the plant life and algae growing on it. Okay, well that is basically it for human dependence and effect on the environment. So have a great day and talk to you soon.